Why should you never date a skeleton? Well, their heart is just never in the right place. What's going on, YouTube? The development team has noted that they are going to put an extra emphasis on guilds, and we now have an official confirmation of one of the very first ways that they're going to be doing so officially. And I thought, let's break down basically what's going on, how I think guilds will be spotlighted in the future, and kind of why I think guilds are important to highlight kind of overall. Let's break down the information we have first. And here it is, the Guild Summit. Sign up now to participate in the ESO 2025 Guild Summit. You can see all the little rascals are sitting over here to the left in front of this blank banner. Development team, community leaders, and players get together to share and exchange ideas during the ESO 2025 Guild Summit. There are a few stronger bonds than those between those that make up the Tamrielic Guild in the Elder Scrolls Online. To celebrate these ties, we're excited and thrilled to announce a special 10-year anniversary guild celebration this March that puts the spotlight on the ESO guild system and the amazing community that drives it. As part of the guild celebration, the 2025 summit will go live on March 13th. Hosted on Discord, the Guild Summit will recap the recent guild survey and its finding, provide a brief overview on what the future guild functionality the ESO development team is considering, host a Q&A between the guilds and the development team, and feature a series of breakout sessions discussing a variety of topics. If you're currently or an aspiring guild leader and want to be an active participant in the future of ESO guilds and the Elder Scrolls Online, you can sign up to watch and take part by filling out the form below, which is this right here. They do also note that you have to sign up before February 17th, which is the day after my birthday. My brother's birthday is then on the 18th. Only, and the spots are limited. Official Guild Summit invites will be sent via email during the week of February 24th with confirmation and Discord channel information, so keep an eye out. Now, some things to break down here is they note to celebrate the ties, they're thrilled to announce a special 10-year anniversary guild celebration this March that puts the spotlight on the ESO guild system and the amazing community that drives it. And then as a major part, they're hosting the summit. But that also means that there's going to be other components of this in the guild celebration that goes live in March, because they said this is just a part of it. So there'll be some other guild celebration things that occur. So there will be more things to come. If you do click sign up, you'll get just, a bunch of questions regarding your ESO ID, primary information, your guild focus. I think it's going to be really essential to focus on the actual guild type that you're in, whether it's trading as well as some other types of guild. What is your guild, focus in, because they're probably going to want sample size from all the different types of guilds. And if you're like Jake, well, there's multiple types of guilds, that's all these: trading, group PvE, roleplay, social PvP, questing, and crafting. Basically, what is your primary focus? Obviously, oftentimes I think most guilds boil down into trading, PvE, or PvP. Some people are out there role playing. Some people take the Riften mantra and they turn it into an entire guild. But generally, those are probably going to be the major ones. But if you do have a focus on one of the other ones, definitely be sure to highlight that as well. It's always important to get more voices when it comes to any sort of Q&A changes, potential development changes as well. Because as you may imagine, they're going to be talking about specific things that they're pondering to change. Hey, this is what they got from the actual survey. So what exactly do you guys think about it? Because it's going to be a pretty big thing to talk to the ESO development team, get an idea as to where the headspace is at for potential changes. And obviously, if you have suggestions and things too, there's going to be breakout sessions, which will be great because I imagine there's going to be tons of people. And it's significantly easier to talk in a small group of people versus trying to all, talk at once. So I'm very excited to see that they're doing this. Very happy to see that they're putting a spotlight on guilds. And I wanted to explain why that is. A lot of people actually had brought this to my attention, that they were initially concerned about, guilds and content creation. Because when I was accepted into the creator program, a lot of people were worried that because they were putting in all these YouTubers, that YouTubers were going to be the primary focus, for the Elder Scrolls Online. They're the community members that are getting the spotlight. And I'm glad to see that it's going to guilds, because I think that is a higher and better subset of people. It's more broad. You can get all different types of content from PvE to PvP, trading, role playing, crafting, housing. There's just so many more different groups of people that are captured, when they do something like this. And it's really just happy to see the spotlight is put across that swath of people. You also will have, representation amongst, Xbox, PlayStation, if PlayStation stops getting hacked, and PC, as well as NA and EU. So that's always good as well too. And it just gives the average, Elder Scrolls guild leader or guild officer or aspiring guild leader the ability to participate. So that is always awesome. I think 2 guild events would also be really cool to highlight, and I'm really interested to see what exactly they plan to do in the month of March, because there are some events that are a little bit more guild focused, like the Zeal as a Zenthar event, but there's no real confirmation that that's happening in March. So what's going on in March? That's going to be a great question. Hopefully we get a little more details on that too, especially somebody that loves to cover ESO events. It is just also important to note though that they want 1 representative per guild. And if you're like a multi-guild, representation, a lot of people have additional ones that they may run with a team or other people. You can actually go and represent multiple guilds as well. And obviously, you just want to make sure that you elaborate all the different focuses of your guild, what you do, things that you do as well, because they can also pull the stats of guilds. To my knowledge, they can see, how many dungeons they've run, how much sales you've got. I mean, heck, there's even bots that could tell you how many sales that your guild already has, even on console. So that's always fun information to have too. But I also think it just gives a reason for people to join guilds. One of the more common YouTube video type thing that I will cover is guilds, because a lot of like brand new solo players are like, why do I want to get into guilds? What's the benefit? So I'm also hoping that a lot of emphasis is pushed onto that too, as to, hey, because they're going to be doing a live stream and talking about all this stuff, covering why should you join a guild? What's the purpose? Imagine you're brand new, you're little Timmy, and you're like, okay, why do I want to join a trading guild? Why do I want to join a PvE guild? Why do I want to join a role-playing guild? Like, what goes on in there? Like, it'll at least give, like, some descriptive and some identifying information and some emphasis as to, hey, this is the reason why you actually want to go and interact with these systems. And I always think that guilds are the long-term success of the game. Like, they are the reason that players are going to play, for the future. So that's why I'm just so excited about this event. And I'm taking the extra time to just talk it out, why I think that it's a good idea. Because anytime something good happens, I like to say, this is good. Feedback from additional people is good. Focusing on a system that encourages people to play is good. Potential insight as to what are some changes coming to guilds. What's the feedback from the survey? Because anytime I've ever done a poll ever on YouTube or on stream, I'm just fascinated by the results. So it'll be really interesting to see, like, what does the player base think are the essential changes, or what do they want to see happen, or what are the systems that confuse them. So just overall, very excited to see all the changes coming. Excited to see that the spotlight will be put on those players. Not that I don't want the spotlight, on content creators. I bought a webcam. I put all this random crap in the background. But if Zoss listened to all my ideas, I don't think ESO would survive. And as always, we're doing our 3 giveaway drawings. And so thank you guys so much again for watching. All you need to do to enter the first one is just leave a like on the video and a comment below. Second thing is just make sure you're subscribed. We've already passed our next subscriber goal, so we're 80 away from the next one. And the third thing is look for a hidden word to be flashed upon the screen. If you're the first person to find and comment that word, you will win. I will also say the answer to the question that I had asked on Friday's video, what is my least favorite hard mode dungeon, is Fang Lair. Just the amount of chaos and random movements that go into that dungeon drive me insane. And to my knowledge, there's no easy way to cheese it. Whereas if you do like Depths of Malatar, there's ways that you can like cheese yourself behind the wall and make it a little bit easier for yourself. That doesn't exist in Fang Lair. It's just suffering that happens in Fang Lair. Oh, and then the slow burn mechanics, not a fan of it. Not a fan at all. So Fang Lair, least favorite hard mode to do. But Frostfault, also not very fun. But everyone, this has been my lunch break, so I will catch you guys later. And as always, thank you again for watching. Bye, guys.
You better remember to like and subscribe to Jakeclips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.